She gave up her flight to help a stranger and unknowingly changed the course of her life forever. What happens next will warm your heart and remind you that kindness never goes unnoticed. Ella Peterson wasn't extraordinary. At least, that's what she told herself each morning as she tied her worn sneakers and sipped her coffee in her modest apartment just outside Kansas City. A part-time librarian with a heart far bigger than her bank account, she believed in doing good simply because it felt right. That morning, she had finally saved enough for a trip to San Diego, her first vacation in years. Nervously excited, she arrived at the airport 2 hours early, clutching her printed ticket like it was a passport to another world. The terminal buzzed with travelers, rushing and weaving, a world in motion. As she checked the departure board, her gate number glowed at the top, confirming her dream was on schedule. She smiled until she saw him. An elderly man, frail and disoriented, stood at the edge of a moving walkway, clutching his chest and struggling to hold his balance. Dozens passed him without a glance, too consumed with their own destinations. But Ella didn't hesitate. She rushed to him, gently taking his arm, her luggage rolling behind her like a forgotten afterthought. "Sir, are you all right?" she asked, kneeling beside him. The man looked lost, gasping softly, barely able to speak. Without waiting for anyone else, Ella flagged down a nearby airport assistant and insisted they call for medical help. She stayed with him, reassuring him, holding his hand. Minutes turned into an hour. Paramedics arrived, taking him to the airport clinic. As they wheeled him away, the man weakly gripped her hand. "Don't leave yet," he whispered. "I want to thank you." She smiled kindly. "Just focus on getting better." By the time she reached her gate, her flight had already taken off. The airline staff apologized politely but shrugged. Rules were rules. Disheartened but not regretful, Ella sat alone by a window and watched planes lift into the sky, wondering if her one chance at escape had just slipped through her fingers. Hours later, a uniformed staff member approached. "Are you Miss Ella Peterson?" She nodded, confused. "Mr. Delacroix would like to see you." "Oh," she asked. "The man you helped?" The staffer replied with a knowing smile. She was led through a maze of corridors to a quiet VIP lounge where the old man, now wearing a fresh shirt and a kind smile, sat with a glass of tea. "You didn't have to do what you did," he said, "but you did. And people like you, they're rare." She brushed it off. "Anyone would have done the same," he chuckled. "No, most wouldn't have. You gave up your flight, your plans, just to sit with an old man you didn't know." He reached into his pocket and handed her a sleek black envelope. "Consider this a thank you." She opened it slowly, her breath catching. It was a first-class ticket to San Diego, open-ended, with a private lounge access pass. Her mouth opened in shock. "But this is too much." He leaned forward. "I own the airline, Miss Peterson, James Delacroix, founder of Jetwell Air." Her jaw dropped. "You own," he nodded. "And I never would have made it to my meeting today without your help." The irony. That meeting was to finalize a program to recognize everyday heroes. "You just gave me all the proof I need that we're doing the right thing." Still stunned, Ella didn't know what to say. "Thank you," was all she could manage. He wasn't done. "And if you're open to it, I'd like you to speak at our conference tomorrow. Your story, your heart, it's what we want to showcase." That night, Ella was flown in luxury to San Diego. The hotel suite awaiting her had ocean views and handwritten notes from James himself. The next day, She nervously stood before hundreds of employees and executives. Her voice trembled as she spoke. But her message was clear. Kindness costs nothing, yet it can change everything. The video of her speech went viral. Social media hailed her the woman who missed her flight but landed a better life. Job offers, sponsorships, and even a book deal followed. Jetwell Air offered her a permanent role as their global kindness ambassador. But Ella stayed grounded. She still wore her old sneakers, still sipped coffee from the same chipped mug. But now she traveled the world, reminding strangers everywhere that a small act of compassion could take you further than any plane ticket ever could. Her story wasn't about luck. It was about choosing to do the right thing, even when no one was watching. And because she chose heart over hurry, she found a life more meaningful than she ever dreamed. So the next time you see someone in need, pause. Help. Because sometimes the greatest destinations come from the journeys you didn't plan. And who knows, maybe the universe, or a billionaire in disguise, is watching. If this story touched your heart, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to our channel for more inspiring real life tales. Your next moment of kindness could be the one that changes everything. Turn on the bell icon, because the next story might just be about you.